Hello everybody and welcome to DRL TV. I'm your host James Pandolf. With me tonight is Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Spencer Tart. Tonight we are here at Chicagoland for the DRL iRacing Truck Series. Tonight's race is sponsored by Fatal Concepts Racing Paint and SGK Racing. Looking forward to tonight as we are currently underway with qualifying. We are looking at series points leader Jeffrey Meyer. Taylor, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good. This is going to be an exciting race for these guys. A lot of big names from the Cup Series in this field, including Wade Hustad and Eric Wolf, and they're going to have to contend with those guys. Plus, our main man, Getty Buckner, has dropped down and has taken the break from doing the broadcast tonight and is in this field. So he's going to be a contender for sure. I don't know about you, Spencer, but the way I'm sure these guys aren't really accustomed to running this track at night, so I feel like kind of some unknowns tonight for these drivers.
Yeah, for sure. With the official races all being about 10, 20 degrees warmer than this, I'm sure it's different the way the car is handled. I'm not sure if it would be a little bit looser or tighter. I'm going to assume it's a little bit on the tighter side than the officials were, but I'm just guessing there, so that might help them out a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and assume that the guys that are coming down that you're used to seeing up front in the other series are going to be up front tonight, as well as the guys you're used to seeing up front in this series.
As we're on board with Eric Wolf, attempting his second qualifying lap, he's currently 14th. Let's see if he improves on his time.
Oh,
it does not look like it.
Nope.
So Eric Wolf, Cup Series regular here tonight, is off to a poor qualifying effort, but he'll help.
I saw him a minute ago. He had him really crossed up in coming off of turn 2, and had to get out of the gas completely and not spin out. So,
well, it's a guy we know. He has a bunch of speed. He'll be there at the end. Qualifying might not have gone as well as he wanted to, but plenty of speed, plenty of time. So. 100 laps here tonight.
About David Wellborn Jr. up in 5th place after last week's incredible story of getting 8 lucky dogs and finishing 9th on the lead lap.
Yeah, no kidding. That's he's definitely been showing a lot more speed these last couple of weeks, and it's good to see him up front. So hopefully he can put together a good run tonight and finish well. Because it looks like Wade is gonna probably get the pole here. Still a few guys left that haven't qualified yet, but with that 29.836,
that's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, exactly. And Getty real close with an 8.99. That's just a couple of tenths back. I'm pretty sure both of them would probably be flat on those laps. But Wade's line was just a slight bit better, it sounds like.
Jeffrey Meyer and Daniel Holloway they're both sitting here at the start-finish line, running at slow qualifying laps. I'm still curious by that strategy that Meyer keeps employing, although he has a huge point lead.
Right, and when
starting the back,
having a big points lead like that gives you a little bit of leniency. But we've seen a lot of cautions these last couple of weeks, and guys getting taken out. So I don't know if it's better to be up front or in the back, because it doesn't really seem, unless you're in first, it doesn't really seem like you're completely immune from it, and so.
And Jeremy Hebel's taking that same approach as well.
Those are 2 guys that we saw get into it last week at the end of on the last lap, and cost both of them a chance for the win. So I don't know, maybe a little bit of hurt feelings there, but we'll see.
I'm watching. Hebel actually didn't get across the line in time, so he actually didn't get an exact qualifying lap in. That might be costly.
And yeah, he might get a penalty for that. It's the league rule to make a qualifying attempt, and I mean, he made an attempt in a way, but he didn't get a lap time down, so we'll see how race control calls that.
And that'll do it for qualifying. Looks like Wade Hustad will be your pole sitter here tonight.
Yep, if I can find him here, let's bring him in here. I actually don't see him in the Discord channel.
Don't see him either. Huh. I guess he's not in Discord tonight. We could pull in Getty Buckner for his front row sitting and
doing a little moonlighting tonight.
right.
Yeah, I don't see him either.
He's in SGK.
Oh, I see him. There he is. Hey, Getty, it's the Booth. You got a copy, sir?
Hey, what's going on, Booth?
Yeah, doing a little moonlighting tonight. You see a really nice lap behind Wade there. Had a solid third-place run last night in the Grand National race. How do you feel about your chances tonight, pal?
Well, obviously, you know, the top half of this field is pretty quick. But I think if we can just keep it clean, you know, keep it easy in traffic, you know, chances are good. I'm kind of going for a top 5 here. I'm not very familiar with the trucks. I'm just more familiar with the track. Saving that right front tire. I don't want to be overdriving it here, and obviously with, you know, how cautions fall, there might be pit strategy things, and that's kind of my weakness as a driver. So just kind of want to stay near the front, and you know, I know I'll be chasing Wade a lot today. He's just too fast, but maybe I can give him a little bit of a run here. We'll see.
And tire wear is definitely going to be critical. How much of a curveball do you think it is that we're running at night?
It's actually beneficial to probably for most of these drivers because there is a lot more grip than there would have been if it was late afternoon. But you know, the truck's pretty stable. It gets pretty loose here after about 10-15 laps. But you know, we'll see what happens. You know, if you're trying to make a pass on the inside and stuff like that. But we'll see what we'll see what happens. I mean, I like the qualifying time. I felt okay in practice, but we'll see if it translates well here in the race.
We're looking forward to see how you do tonight, and you're coming to get the green, so we'll let you get at it. Good luck, man.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Hey, Getty, real quick, your race team is sponsoring tonight. How about a little promotion for what your race team is about, and also Fatal Concepts?
Yeah, absolutely. SGK stands for Susan G. Komen, Breast Cancer Awareness Race Team. More importantly, tonight, you know, it's more for the cause, not just my race team, but it's also for FatalConcepts.com, which is Bill Edwards. He does a lot of custom paint for all cars in iRacing, so if you need a custom car, reach out to Bill.
All right, we'll let you go as you get the green flag here.
And that was Getty Buckner starting on the outside pole, and the field is off. Green flag racing, Wade Hughes off to a great start.
Yeah, Wade gets a really good start there. You know, probably 3-4, maybe 3/10 on him. That's going to help him out a little bit.
Getty was able to get to the bottom and clear Gary Cronin wet.
As we see side by side for fourth.
Yeah, for fourth, through the rest of this field, everybody is all over each other here.
Yeah, good battle here for fourth place between Mike Springer, or Richard Springer to start with Mike Lemon.
Hang on, tough, and PJ O'Leary is going to enter the fray and try to get to the inside of Richard Springer. That'll be for fifth place.
Yeah, they're 2 by 2, quite a few rows deep right now.
Right now, Jeffrey Meyer and Jeremy Hebel, and they're all hanging in the back of the field just waiting to see what happens here. Last night, or actually the last 2 nights, we've only had 1 yellow flag in each of those races. See what happens here tonight.
Yeah, I think they're banking on prior races in the series that have not gone green, so...
Yeah, the trends usually don't let us down.
No, they don't.
Oh, see Getty, he just blinked out right there?
Hey, Getty blinked a little bit. He's still not back on the track that I can see. Hopefully we don't see him completely gone, but he hasn't been on the track for a minute now.
As we see 3 wide in the back of the pack with Eric Weatherholtz. Bill Edwards there, Marvin Wingfield, Austin Cawthron, all in the mix.
Eric Weatherholtz celebrating his 32nd birthday today, looking for a lot better run than he did last week, that's for sure. Oh, right in front of him, Austin Cawthron.
Good job for him not getting into him. That was pretty close there, as it looks like Eric Wolf's going to take that position away from him.
Yeah, it looks like the man that got the worst of that, besides the 45, was the 30 of Tamsonnet, who had to check up big time, and he's losing positions.
Yeah, that's the thing about this backstretch here in Chicago. It's not 100% straight. So you're going to, that's also going to lead to even more tire wear, but you really got to be careful entering this turn 3 that you don't get out too close this week. Just as I say that, Terrence and Nate did exactly what I just said.
Yeah, it's a really tough backstretch here because when you're close to another car, you can't see. It's kind of hard to judge where the wall is when it starts to start peeking out a little bit because of the way this track is almost literally a circle.
Yeah, it really does a literal D-shaped oval, as looks like Getty has fallen through, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like that's really unfortunate for him. He seemed like he could have had a good night. His Wade's already got second on the field at this point.
Going up to the battle for second, Richard Springer putting a lot of pressure on the 00 Gary Cronenworth.
Right, and that's exactly what Wade wants to see in his mirror. These guys fighting a little bit just to let them get far enough away that it's going to be tough to reel them back in if they battle hard and wear those tires out.
I mean, Wade is so good as far as managing his race car, managing the tires, and managing the gap that he gets on the field when he does get the lead. And like you said, Spencer, I mean, you and I both have experienced it. Once Wade gets the lead, regardless of how early or late in the race it is, good luck getting it back.
Yeah, it's really tough to catch somebody, that can put the same type of lap time down every single lap and, keep his fall off to a minimal while driving at 110% speed-wise.
Yeah, very consistent over the whole entire run. He's already out to a full second lead.
As we're already almost 10 laps in here, they're going to start feeling that tire wear a little bit. So it's going to be interesting to see, how is Wade going to be not being in a truck in a while because of the race limit in the truck series now? Is he still going to be that fast?
As you see, a little bit of a battle for 10th place with Roy Grande Jr., Adam Ferry. Adam Ferry going to the inside of Roy Grande. That is for 10th.
Be curious to see a lot of guys diving down, cutting that tri-oval short through that apron there. And some official races I ran, actually another league race, like I ran in the Chicago in the trucks. Oh, we got trouble. Hold that thought, Casey Drake.
Casey Drake and others collected.
No caution yet. It's going to be interesting to see if they get an admin caution there.
The other truck was Eric Weatherholtz.
Ah, man.
Along with William Wingfield. Yeah.
Cody Gatsky.
Certainly not the birthday present Weatherholtz was hoping for. It's 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully let's see if we can get a replay here.
Yeah, this looks like, got another truck down in the backstretch grass.
Yeah, we were just talking about them getting real loose, about to start getting loose.
See who that was back there. I believe it was Austin Cothran.
It looks like Casey Drake and Weatherholt just get into each other on the backstretch. Casey Drake not all the way up to the wall like Eric probably would have been assuming, and they door each other. There's quite a few cars spinning and getting torn up here. No caution yet, though.
Really surprised that was not a caution.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping it would be a caution, too.
Watch up this field a little bit, but Austin Cothran's made his way to pit road. And it looks like Getty Buckner has reconnected to the service, although he's 9 laps down. I guess it's a good thing he wasn't doing the broadcast tonight, because we'd be in trouble.
Well, we've seen this before. Drivers get quite a few laps down as of last week, and,
it's shown it can be done.
It can be
Richard
done.
Springer.
Richard
Wow,
Springer
off
gets
of the wall.
I believe he got the ball.
That was...
No, he got the apron and just got loose.
Oh, he must have gotten the wall a lap or 2 earlier, because the whole right front's torn up on that truck. But yeah, he clipped the apron off of 4, and you could see the whole right side of that 21 truck.
David Wilburn Jr. being passed for 8th place. That's Robbie Armstrong to his outside. Brady Briggs following right behind him.
Mike Lemon up in third place early on. Mike's having a solid week so far. 8th in the Cup race, and another solid run last night. He knows how to get around this track.
Yeah, Mike Lemon's been really consistent these last couple of weeks.
Oh, look out. Rewind over here. Robbie Armstrong just got shoved up to the third lane by the 03.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he probably didn't take too kindly to that, but plenty of race left. He said hopefully he'll just let it slide a little bit as Brady Briggs and David Welborn are fighting for position here.
Oh, look out, PJ O'Leary.
Wrecking on the top, 03 PJ O'Leary.
Oh, this is going to be big. 28, 77. Eric Wolf's involved. Wow.
A lot of cars involved in that one.
I was actually just about to say that PJ O'Leary had some pretty serious damage before that, and then I saw him get loose off a 4, and the wreck was on, and a free was also in it. His truck came to rest on pit road, actually.
Yeah, quite a few cars or trucks taken out in that one. That's unfortunate for a lot of these guys. Looks like he just got loose off a 4.
Yep, 03 Brady Briggs collected 29.84, nowhere to go, hitting the back of 52.
That's the problem with the less than stellar qualifying performance from Eric Wolf. Get caught up in those kind of things, although he was making his way through the field when that started to take place.
Try to get a replay and see what happens here. PJ got loose and it looked like he just tried to correct it. And when he did, he just turned it straight right and caught the 03 car, nearly taking out Welborn as well there.
Yeah, I'm sure David drew up a little bit, and this truck's clean as a whistle, though.
It looks like the 3 of Robbie Armstrong barely got through that one unscathed. Really good job by him not getting into that.
As the leaders come down pit road.
Bill Edwards.
He missed Brady Briggs by a hair, and no less.
And Bill Edwards from Fatal Concepts barely missing that one too.
Yep, everybody is on pit road this time.
Yeah, and that's not surprising here. What would be surprising is anybody not taking 4 here, just because of the amount of tire wear here and the speed fall off with these trucks is it's pretty bad. So I'd assume that they're all going to come in and take 4. Looks like they did.
Looks like the 2080 of the Mr. Staller, he's the first one off pit road.
That is very bizarre. He entered pit road and he actually entered pit road before everybody else. He wasn't caught up to the fields. That's what it is. I was like, how is he the first one off pit road? Because I saw him take 4 tires. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on early.
Yeah, Truck Series doesn't disappoint when it comes to that front.
There's just no shortage in action. We say that each and every week, and it doesn't disappoint us. PJ O'Leary's truck is torn out of smithereens right now.
Yeah, he got hit multiple times, hit the wall pretty hard, and his truck didn't look great before that, so.
Of course, entered this race 5th in points. David Lindahl's going to be up in 3rd on this restart. He must have had a pretty good pit stop. See if we can pull in, grab Robbie Armstrong real quick. Hey Robbie, this is the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir. I got a copy.
Well, first off, how's the heart rate? Because I know you barely missed that 03 truck by literally a hair.
Yeah, I tensed up. I thought he was going to hit me. He stuck it 3 wide in the middle, and I was on the outside, so I lifted and let him go, and it actually saved me because I would have been caught right in the middle of that.
He did a terrific job. Go ahead, Spencer.
No, I was just going to say sometimes it pays to be lucky in that when it comes to that. Yeah, really good job getting through that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big one. I could see it. Shut my eyes and just turned left, and luckily missed it.
Now, how's the track conditions out there? Because it looks like everybody is getting loose off of these corners.
Yeah, as it goes on, the truck is loosening it up. Especially, it seems like the higher you run, the looser it gets. If I ran the bottom line, they seem to tighten up the truck.
Yeah, that makes sense because of the track temperature here, it probably does help it out a little bit. And you got the variable banking here, which helps them get a little bit looser up top. So we'll let you go here as you guys double file back up and get ready for this restart. Way to go, missing that wreck.
All right, yep, we'll get going here and hope we put on a good show. Finish this thing in the group.
Heck yeah. As Wade is going to lead him under green again, with Gary Cronwall running second. Another SGK truck up front, Mike Lemon up front. SGK having a pretty good night so far, except for Getty having a throughput problem.
I'm sure Gary Cronenwood is, because he's a Grand National regular, and he actually missed the race last night for whatever reason, so he's looking for some kind of redemption, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely looking to prove something here tonight, so here we go. Getty gets a good start, not Getty, I'm sorry. Wade gets a good start there on Gary. And
he actually waited till basically the green came out, which is interesting, but yeah, he pulls about 2 truck lengths off of turn 2. Top 5 single file. Look at him snake down that backstretch trying to break the draft.
Yeah, the draft is it is really big here for the first couple of laps. It'll definitely pull you down a little bit because you can be flat for those first couple of laps.
Oh, Jeremy Hebel gets turned.
Wellborn turns the one turn. That's Hebel, and that is probably his night. Wow, that's unfortunate.
See if
Big wreck for the one truck here.
Yeah, it looked like Wellborn, looked like he was about to get in the outside wall, so he tried to yank the steering wheel to prevent that from happening, but he ended up fucking Hebel in the right rear.
And the only good news out of that for Hebel is that it was all on the back of his truck, so that hopefully that it doesn't affect his front end too much.
And fortunately, everybody missed him, and as he was running up in 6th or 7th position, everybody did a really nice job.
Yeah, really good job getting out of the way for that one. Is the one car goes forward a little bit just to show his displeasure, and then he goes back up top to sit a little bit. He lets these trucks back.
Oh, what?
Hits the wall now.
Hard time getting going. Oh gosh.
Hebel with heavy rear end damage now. Wellborn doesn't seem like he has too much front end damage there. Didn't look like he hit him super hard, but any front end damage here could really hurt you.
Yeah, he looks okay on my end.
Yeah, it looks pretty clean to me.
Maybe just a slight crinkle in the left front, but considering what we've seen on these trucks, I think he's good to go.
Yeah, I've seen David drive worse, so I think he'll be all right here. Hopefully Hebel might be able to get back in this race because it was all rear end damage, so I don't know, we'll see. Took a hard lead.
I would assume that David Wellborn's going to be starting this race from the rear of the field.
Yeah, I would assume so.
And Hebel's going to be right back there with him.
Yeah, we might see retaliation on that one. Because I'm sure Hebel feels like he's just got turned into the wall.
I mean, of course, we're not promoting these things, but I mean, frustrations do kick in, and especially how Jeremy Hebel's topsy-turvy season's been going.
Yeah, right, and he was making a good run up to the front. He'd started all the way in the back and gotten up into the top 10, almost in the top 5, and probably feels a little displeasure there, but you know.
While we have a second, let's pull in our poster to Wade Hustad, who has finally joined the Discord channel. Hey, Wade Hustad, this is Broadcast Booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, you weren't in a Discord channel at the start of the race, but we're glad to be able to talk to you now. You started on the pole here tonight, currently leading, I believe, all the laps up to this point. How's the truck handling out there?
It's actually perfect. It's dialed in tonight. It's not too tight on the short run, and as the run goes on, it loosens up, which, you know, makes it a little bit easier to drive, allows you to kind of pivot the car and put it where you want to. So we just got to keep the nose clean, stay out front, and I think we'll be doing all right. I do have to say Gary's going to be really fast tonight, and I'd watch out for Mike Lemon as well.
Yeah, they've definitely been quick here tonight, but you've showed that you've definitely got some speed right now. So yeah, go ahead and put that thing in victory lane like you're used to doing.
Yeah, man, we'll do our best, Spence, and we hope to catch you on the end of this race in victory lane.
Heck yeah, have a good one, man.
Thanks.
And that's Wade Hustad, leader of this race. Led all 25 laps so far, so. Here we go, we're about to go green flag racing soon.
One driver impressing me to this point, I know we're only a quarter of the way through, is the 88 of David Lindahl, currently in 3rd place.
Yeah, and he started pretty far up front too, I believe, and he's just been consistent all night. Hasn't really showed his nose at all, but you know, in a long race like this, that's what you want to do, run up front all night, and hopefully you'll have a good points night here.
He entered this race 8th in points after missing last week. But yeah, after starting 10th, he's been quietly, methodically pushing his way up into the top 3.
Yeah, here we go. Field starts to stack up a little bit, and
See what
green again.
goes.
Wait to the green again, so he's not jumping the start by any means.
Nice restart there by Wade Hustad as Gary Cronin once able to file in behind him. Bill Edwards looking to take, Lemon, excuse me, is looking to take 3rd place away from the 88 of David Lindahl.
They're side by side. Bill Edwards is coming in. He's thinking about making it 3 wide. He's going to ride behind the number 88 of Lindahl. Take a really shallow entry here.
How neat would that be to see Bill Edwards have a really good run in a race sponsored by Fatal Concepts?
Yeah, you know he's really fast, and he showed some real speed in the Xfinity Series, or it would be the Grand National Series this year. So, I'm sure him being in the truck and it being his race cut in a way, he wants to go out there and prove that he can win this race too.
I mean,
he started pretty far back, I believe 13th.
Yeah, we've seen him. We see how diverse he can be. Remember how well he ran the IndyCar last year? Actually won in Texas.
Yeah, he can win in just about anything. So.
Okay, Gary Cronenwet on the back bumper of Wade Hustad for the lead.
Yep. Gary's showing he's got some speed too. This race is also sponsored by his team, SGK Racing.
They definitely know he wants his shot.
Tagged the wall a little bit there. Don't think it was too much, but just enough. And that's what Wade can do to a lot of people. He can make you drive so hard that you just
step over that limit just enough. I mean, I've been a victim of it, believe me.
He's a really tough driver to follow because he makes it look so easy, and you think you can do it just right behind him, but it's really hard to do, especially when he's getting a little bit aero tight, or here you go, try to make a move on the inside of him, but he can't get it done. He's glued to his back bumper right now. It takes a little bit more shallow of an entry here.
Gary just has to put as much pressure as he can on Wade Hustad and hope he makes a mistake. We all know that is pretty tough to do, but he's in lap car.
Gosh!
Get together.
Gary! And look at the right front on Hustad's truck now.
Yeah, he got into him pretty hard there. Luckily for both of them that wasn't worse than it was, but I just don't understand why the lap truck was there.
Let's see if we can get a replay of that. We're going to watch from the previous lap on board with the 52. You can tell he's down on power just by listening to his engine.
I would have expected him, if I was the leader, to be right up by the wall.
For sure, you would expect him to be on the wall or on the apron, one of the two, especially when you got the leaders battling behind you.
As 1, 3, and 4, you can see the leaders coming up behind him. It looks like Wade's moving to the middle line. He keeps coming and ends up hitting him.
Oh, watch this. They're catching him again right now, and this time he does stay up right next to the wall. Actually hits it. I think he realized the mistake he made that time.
And that really hurt Wade there, and I think that hurt his right front a little bit.
Let's take a look at that right front. And as you can see, it is cracked, and you can even see the tire sticking out on the right side. So he definitely does have some damage. As we see David Lindahl looking to the inside of him, that'll be for second.
Hey, he does have some on the left rear as well.
Yeah, the left rear wouldn't concern me as much as that right front would, so he's probably banking for a caution here to go get that patched up a little bit.
Wade it's very difficult to make him mad, but you can tell he is very displeased about what happened.
3 wide. Oh, 2 wide, excuse me. David Lindahl backs up, and he's going to follow Wade Hustad in 3 and 4.
Looks like Mike Lemon also wants a shot at it. I never thought I'd be saying these words, but I think I think that Wade's actually slowing these guys down a little bit right now.
As the 52, PJ O'Leary does enter the pit road.
And Cronenwet is opening up almost a full second lead now.
Yeah, Gary, I don't think Gary's affected by that as much. You know, they got into each other just a small bit, but Gary didn't get too much damage out of it.
As Mike Lemon is able to clear David Lindahl. Sorry, Taylor.
I was saying Gary's struggle was pretty clean to me.
Yeah, I would agree with that. As Robbie Armstrong's joining that battle for the second position. Three-car battle for second.
Looks pretty single-filed out through the rest of the field.
Eric Wolf up to 8th after getting involved in that early wreck. With only some slight cosmetic damage, but he's certainly not one you can count out. How about our points leader, Jeffrey Meyer, still back in 20th?
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that's by design or not, or, you know, maybe he just doesn't really like the way the truck is handling right now, but, you know, plenty of time to get back up there.
And Jeremy Hebel's stuck back behind this group as well. He actually had a moment off turn 2. And, yeah, he's really struggling back here after that incident with David Wellborn.
Right, with that rear, that's really probably hurting his downforce here, and it's making the truck much harder to drive, I'd assume.
Yeah, we talk about how Wade mentioned how much the truck loosens up as the run goes on. I'm sure that Hebel's not feeling any bit of that. I'm sure Wade's probably not feeling any of that either. I'm sure that truck's pretty hard to turn right now.
Yeah, they actually look like the trucks are pretty tight right now, off throttle for a really long time. And this is where there's certain drivers that are really good at rolling the bottom for a long time. So we'll see who's able to do that as we go longer on this run.
Well, despite the damage that Wade got, he's not letting Cronenwet get too far out there. It's the lead stabilized at about a second.
Yeah, and he rebounded really well there, not making it any worse than it was, as I think that lap truck slowed him down a little bit there. Mike Lemon's all over the back of Wade Hustad. Eric Wolf, you know, he got caught up in that wreck earlier, and he's up to 7th, so I don't think that damage on his truck has affected him too much.
Yeah, he just blew by Dakota Wilkins like he was standing still, or Marvin Wingfield.
Yeah, he did, and he's definitely got some speed, so we'll see what he can do once he gets up here to the 75.
Wow, big move behind Eric Wolf. That was the 19 getting around Dakota Wilkins.
David Lindahl off of turn 4 down to the grass.
Looks like he's got a hold of it, but that is gonna hurt him dearly. I'm not sure what happened there. I think he just got loose.
Yeah, it wasn't on the apron. It was kind of in the middle of that.
Yep, truck just got loose on him. It was a really good job gathering it up and not making it any worse than it ended up being.
Well, he's literally gone to the very back of the field. He had a hard time getting that truck back on the racetrack without getting in anybody's way.
Yeah, but he's shown speed here tonight, so you know we're not even halfway there yet. So if he gets a caution and stacks the field back up, he's got a chance to get back up front. As Gary and Wade, you know, still about a second gap, and
comes Mike Lemon
on the inside.
Got him.
Made it.
Oh, getting loose.
He gets loose on the bottom. Wade tried to not get into him, but I think he might have got onto him just a little bit.
And we've seen a little bit of history with these two drivers. Remember at Charlotte in the Cup race.
Let's see if I can rewind that a little farther. As they enter turn 3, Wade's able to get on the gas a bit better. Actually, he does give him a bit of a bumper there, but Mike Lemon able to hold on to it.
Yeah, it looked like Mike started to just break loose a little bit before they touched.
Yeah, I think Mike just got a little bit loose and pedaled it, and Wade helped him the rest of the way around.
Well, how about up front here? Robbie Armstrong now in 3rd, and how about Eric Wolf back up to 4th?
Yeah, we
got a caution.
There's the yellow. I'm not sure what that one was for, though.
Oh, it looks like Matt Vanderkoy and Cody Barber.
Cody Barber in the 28. Let's see if we can get a replay of that.
Oh, actually started with Vanderkoy. He got loose. Oh, actually almost got David Lindahl again. And I think Barber just spun out behind him to jumping on the brakes.
Yeah, well, he did get into Lindahl a little bit there. Didn't completely destroy his truck, but he's definitely got some right front damage now.
On board with Cody Barber as he's going to enter the back stretch here.
He's way behind the initial wreck, but
I'd assume that's a caution that Wade Hustad wanted to see.
As he does have a bit of a blinking issue, we did see him go sideways. And
another person benefiting from this caution is Jeremy Hebel. He had actually gotten lapped the second time, and since Cody Barber was involved in the caution, he could very well get the lucky dog to put him 1 lap down.
Yep.
As here comes the field of pit road.
A little bit of connection issue there with Cody Barber. Couldn't quite see exactly all that happened. We did see him get sideways and through the grass. That is all we know about him.
Yeah, that's plenty of time left, so hopefully he can get it back together here and put that truck back up front.
Let's see what Wade Hustad does, whether he decides to stay in and get damage repaired.
And it looks like he's going to.
Look at Robbie Armstrong. He beat Cronin went off pit road right there.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's impressive, getting into his box and getting out of his box really well there to beat Gary off.
All right, so we're gonna have a new leader on this restart.
Goes from 3rd to 1st on that stop. Really good.
Of course, we talk all the time how much Robbie Armstrong won the championship last year without winning a race, and he so wants to finally get that first DRL win and shut us up for once.
Yeah, and I mean, he's got plenty of speed to run up front, so I definitely could see a win in his future, maybe, if not tonight, soon.
I mean, he's been fast all year, all last year. He's had just a lot of rotten luck. Remember how strong he was at Texas. Led about 40 laps at Texas, and then got involved in a late wreck, racing for the lead.
Yeah, but it's unfortunate. That kind of feels like that must be his luck this year, that races he's been so close to winning, but just hasn't been able to get it done.
Let's see if we can get a word in with Eric Wolf before we get back going.
He's up here in Do Not Disturb.
Hey, Eric Wolf,
right.
this is the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I do. Go ahead.
Well, Eric, you got caught up in a little bit of a wreck early in the race, but you see yourself up in third right now. How's the truck feel?
Oh, it gets pretty edgy later in the run. It gets kind of loose. It's just a matter of not putting down too much power. It feels like you can run it harder than you can, but the second you do, it seems like it reaches out and bites you. So yeah, it's pretty loose. Kind of tough to hang on.
Well, we're about to hit the halfway point in this one. Regardless of any possible damage you might have received from that wreck, do you think you got something for these leaders?
Toward the end of that round, I think that I was at least as good as them. Might just be a matter of getting track position, but I'll try to give it what I got. Really, I just want to try to get a top 5 and see what happens. But yeah, I'll try to give them a run for their money.
Well, not a surprise to see you up front tonight, so good luck, and hopefully we see you get an interview with maybe in Victory Lane tonight.
All right, thanks, guys.
That was Eric Wolf, driver of the 84. He's a Cup Series regular, decided to bring his talents down to the Truck Series, see what these Truck Series regulars got.
I mean, he may be a man of few words at times, but I mean, you can definitely can't deny the talent he has and just the kind of quiet confidence he has within himself.
Yeah, one of those guys was just raw talent, lots of speed.
And like Wade Hustad, very consistent.
Yeah, both of them in the Cup Series are two guys that, if you get behind them, they're really hard to get past. As Wade is way back there on this restart after getting his damage repaired. This Robbie Armstrong is going to get the green flag soon here as the pace car ducks down under.
See how long Robbie waits before he takes off. Looks like
Robbie waits.
Green flag.
Yep. He waited a while too.
Great restart by Robbie Armstrong, excuse me. He's going to be able to clear them, but Eric Wolf looking to the inside of that double zero. He's going to try to take second place away by the end of turn 2.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to be able to get it done here, I think. These trucks have so much grip that you can just roll you don't have to get all the way up on these first couple of laps. You can stay on the bottom and make it work.
Still side by side as they enter turn 3. Robbie Armstrong blocking the 84, but the 84 is going to look low.
3 wide.
Look at him just turn that truck to the very inside.
3 wide at the line. I believe Eric Wolf had it because he was able to cut that. He was able to
drops back to 3rd, maybe 4th.
Oh, he's dropping way back. Bill Edwards is able to pass him. Dakota Wilkins is going to pass him.
What's going on with Robbie?
I don't know. I don't think he got into the wall there, but
a lot of shuffling going on behind him.
Springer up into the wall entering turn 3.
Did a really good job keeping it up there, though. That's definitely not going to bring out a caution, but
that's what we talked about earlier.
A lot of shuffling going around that 10th place area. We got Wade Hustad, Dustin Eichert, David Lindahl, and Jeffrey Meyer. David Wilburn Jr. just in front of them.
I think Jeffrey Meyer's decided it's time to start racing.
And you know this is not what Wade wants to see, all these cars in front of him. You know he's got a really fast truck, but he's got to get past all these cars to get a chance at Eric Wolf.
I mean, we've been green for 3 laps now, and he's already back up just outside the top 10.
Speaking of Eric Wolf isn't the leader anymore. Gary got by him while we were looking at the battles behind.
Yeah, Eric, boy, yeah, I'm watching Eric's truck. He still looks really loose, especially through the center off.
a little bit of a lead here.
As you see, Terrence Ney, someone we haven't talked about, moving into 6th.
Yeah, really made a pretty quiet start here tonight.
Hey, he was into the wall earlier too, so I mean, he's made a nice rebound. And then behind him, Daniel Holloway in the 26. He actually has the whole rear bumper cover kind of shoved in, but he's still making a run for it. As Dakota Wilkins,
A little blinking issue from by there. Marvin and Wingfield are going to look to his inside, try to take 8th away.
well, Robbie Armstrong with, I'm still kind of unsure what happened there, whether he just breathed it a bit and let these guys go, but whatever the case, he's settled into 5th place.
Yeah, right in behind Bill Edwards, and doesn't look like he's trying to make a move on him, just kind of riding at the moment, I think. And what he's really good at, you know, just riding, keeping it out of trouble, and being there late in the race, trying to making a run for it. So.
As you see, Daniel Holloway putting pressure on that 30 of Terrence Ney, trying to take 6th place away from him.
Here comes Hustad, gets by Craig Meyer, puts himself back in the top 10, and he's going to get 2 FMS trucks in one corner here as he's underneath Wilkins.
Yeah, let's see if he can get it down, Dakota Wilkins here.
Yep, easily.
Yep.
Might be 3 wide as David Woodward Jr. sticks his nose there in the inside.
Now Wade will look forward to the 2 trucks in front of him as they battle side by side. Terrence Aray and Marvin Wingfield both trying to take a hold of that 7th position. As Wade's already to their bumpers.
Yep, there he goes by Sine.
Sine in the wall.
Tags the wall a little bit there.
And he's going to drop back a little bit. Field scrambling to get by him. That damage on the right front actually looks pretty heavy.
Yeah, it does. And 92 of Wade Hustad and Marvin Wingfield side by side going into the corner here for 8th. For 7th, I'm sorry. So it looks like Wade's going to pull off here. As they close to the bumper of that screaming chicken of Daniel Holloway. And Holloway's got a little bit of damage on his rear end too, so definitely quite a few cars here with damage.
Going back a couple cars, Jeffrey Meyer going to look to pass David Woodward Jr. and get a top 10 position out of this race with 41 laps to go. Not quite able to make the pass. Craig Meyer right behind him.
Eric Wolf has started to pull that gap back on Gary Cornwallis, so hopefully, or not hopefully, but you know, we'll see if he can pull that gap back in.
And it's about 0.4 of a second. And now it looks like Eric that loses in the center of the corner off like he was experiencing earlier. It looks like that's kind of settled in.
Right, and you know, we experienced this in the Cup race earlier this week. Is the truck would push on, or the car would push on entry and slide on an exit. And I don't know if the trucks are feeling the same way, but it looks like they're doing the same thing as the Cup cars were earlier this week.
There goes Wade. He clears Holloway. Oh, Holloway!
Holloway has a moment there. Goes into the grass.
Oh, he's still trying to get it corralled.
Yeah, Holloway just got loose trying to cross Wade Hustad back over.
He's still having trouble. 77 going by. The 9 is going to go by.
Well, it seems like a lot of these loose trucks are a common denominator has been being around Wade Hustad's truck.
Well, you know, Wade's able to get so close and take the air off these trucks. It's really tough for him to, you know, they push so hard to try to keep that position. And Wade, you know, he's got so much speed. It takes the air off these trucks, and it just, you know, gets him a little sideways.
All of a sudden, up front, we've got a 3-truck battle. Eric Wolf actually had Gary Cronenwet passed a lap ago in turns 3 and 4, but Gary crossed him over.
And Mike Lemons arrived on the scene too, so we got 2 SGK trucks going up there with Eric Wolf in between.
And Bill Edwards and Robbie Armstrong back there lurking in 4th and 5th.
Yeah, they're a little bit over a second and a half behind there.
Caution on the track.
Not sure. I think that one's in the back. Looks like.
Yeah, it's Matt Vanderkoy and Terrence Sine.
That's unfortunate for Taryn. He was having a good race.
Oh, Holloway got a boot in the rear end trying to miss it. I don't think it did any additional damage, but 99 got in the back of him.
Yeah, Vanderkoy just came in there.
God, he came flying in there.
Yeah, I don't think the caution was out at that point. I don't know if he knew there was even a caution, or there was a car stopped up there. And Terrence and A just got sideways in the corner. Holloway does a really good job getting around that.
Yeah, you got hit in the back end, but
yeah, and Austin, yeah,
doesn't look any worse.
Right.
Now let's see what happens on these pit stops, because last time Gary Cronenwet entered as the leader, he came out second.
Yeah, so we'll see if he can. We'll see if he can get a stop that keeps him the lead here. And his last stop, I did go back and look to see if he overshot his box or anything, and he didn't overshoot his box. So I don't know why he had such a slow stop, but
it was marked pretty good that time.
And I can tell you, a truck, just by the way he entered his box and having the pit stall where he is Wade Hustad is going to gain. I guarantee he gains a position or 2 out of the pits here.
Oh, look at this, Eric Wolf.
Eric Wolf comes out first, and I was completely wrong about Wade. Sorry, guys.
or did he? Maybe Mike Lemon, actually. Looks like he's being waved past these guys. Wow.
A little confused to what happened there.
And these timing lines on this pit road is strange. It looked like to me Eric was well out in front, but iRacing said that Mike Lemon is ahead of them apparently.
Right, so we'll see where it shuffles out once they get up to the but it looks like, yeah, I agree, it does look like Mike got out of the pits first there. Really good stop by him.
Maybe this is why Eric Wolf is stopping over here, perhaps a speeding penalty or some kind.
Could have been.
That might explain why.
Extra.
As we're watching a replay of the pits, gonna see just how much Eric Wolf beat him by. Yeah, that was very close between those 2 drivers.
Yeah, so Eric Wolf would have been the leader if he didn't speed, apparently. So he's going to have his work cut out for him one more time with about 32 laps to get it done.
2 SGK trucks up front tonight looking really good with an S2R driver right behind him and Robbie Armstrong in 4th.
See if we can pull Mike Lemon in here. Hey, Mike Lemon, it's the Taylor, Spencer, and JP in the booth. You got us?
Yep, I got you.
Well, you had a little close call earlier with Wade Hustad, but done a really great job out there on the racetrack, and your pit crew came through for you that time, and you're leading this race. Be pretty cool to get SGK a victory lane, the fact that they're sponsoring this event.
No, I know. I was just talking to Gary here. We don't want to waste any time or take each other out. Yeah, Wade and I got together. I was close. I thought I was a goner, but I don't know. I saved it somehow. But no, I got a good long run speed truck, and Gary's good short run. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, well, the last couple of nights, you finished 8th in the Cup race and another strong run last night in the Grand National race. What about this track do you like, and do you feel like it kind of suits your style?
I'm just learning how to save tires a little better, racing these fast guys. Like running in the Cup Series this year against Wade and them's really helped.
Spencer, got anything for him real quick?
No, I don't have anything. It look like he's doing pretty well out there, so we'll let you go if you're about to restart here.
Thanks, guys.
And that one to go kind of snuck up on me there as a pace car drops off.
Yep, side by side, the SGK drivers as they wait to the green flag.
Perfect restart there by Mike Lemon. Gonna give Gary the option to drop in behind him if he so chooses. Wade Hustad making a 3 wide. Wade Hustad not wasting any time with 32 laps to go.
Yeah, he made it work down there.
Well, they're 3 wide behind them too with that Craig Meyer odd man out.
A lot of shuffling. Going on behind him.
The inside of Robbie Armstrong here for 4th. But they're side by side.
Well, you know it's go time. I mean,
and it looks like he's just gonna clear him.
Oh, wow.
Just slides up in front of him. Is the 3 truck is gonna try to cross him back over and go to his inside here? Maybe not.
I didn't think he had the room.
Oh, Jeffrey Meyer.
Oh, there he makes a terrific save, but
good job by the field not wrecking all from that.
Oh, there they go. Casey
now
Drake.
they're wrecking.
Daniel Holloway.
Still no caution.
Yep.
There it is.
There it is. Gosh.
I was wondering if it was going to come out.
Roy Grande went up and over.
Yeah, he hit hard.
Oh,
Looks like Casey Drake clipped the 26, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I'm trying to see if there's any netcode contact from he in the 77, but that truck just turned to the left.
Yeah, it looked like the 87 just yanked it left into him, and then he clipped the 77 who went up and over.
David Lindahl got some heavy front end damage in that.
And it just looks like some drivers win, some drivers.
Yeah, I don't know how the field, looking back at just before that happened, I don't know how the field missed Jeffrey Meyer when he got sideways, but
that was weird for Jeffrey Meyer too. He just he hit the wall, but he just came straight back down. Luckily for Jeffrey Meyer, he has a huge points lead on the rest of the field, and the driver in second's not having much better luck tonight either.
and Jeremy Hebel spun through the grass in that one as well, and comes to field once again, except for Mike Lemon.
Yeah, I think that's one of those they do do the opposite of what the leader does, and that's
have a sit and duck situation. That's a lonely feeling.
Yep, sometimes it's not the best place to be first, so that's unfortunate for him, probably. I don't know.
Well, that's interesting though that Mike comes in and his teammate, or Mike stays out and his teammate comes in.
Oh well, drivers trying to win the race here tonight, so if you.
But the race off pit road here.
Quite a few drivers that took 2, I think.
Yeah, David Wellborn took 2.
I think Robbie took 2. I think Dakota took 2 as well.
Yep, Robbie just took 2 also. That's an interesting call.
I will see how loose those trucks are. We've already seen trucks getting really loose here tonight, so with only right side tires, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, like the only problem, I mean, that's the problem with taking 2 tires in fixed setup races, because usually the way you adjust a car or truck when you put just 2 tires on is you make an air pressure adjustment, but they're not able to do that in these fixed races. That really changes how the truck drives.
Look at David Wilburn Jr. all the way up to 3rd.
Yeah, another one on the 2-tire strategy here. Well, yeah, he's had a great run all night long.
Did get into it with Jimmy Hebel early in the race, but looks like no damage out of it, and he's currently up there with the top 5.
And that was after getting sent to the back after that contact with the one truck, so he's put on quite a drive tonight. I guess getting 8 lucky dogs in one race and finishing in the top 10 can bring some momentum.
Right. And looking up towards the front, and you know, with those 2 tire stops, that is good news for Mike Lemon that 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers on 2 tires are going to be behind the next driver with 4 tires. So that's going to give him a little bit of time to get away, I think, because I don't think the 2 tires are going to be better than no tires.
Yeah, it does help to get that little bit of a buffer, but Wade Hustad beat Gary Cronenwet off pit road, so he'd be the first one on 4. And the way we saw Hustad take a 3 wide on that previous restart.
Yeah, so, you know, Wade's here to win this race. He's not here for points. He's not here to finish second. He's here to win, so he's going to be super aggressive, making a shot at this win.
I mean, he's going to be, you know, respectful to the point guys, as, you know, he usually takes that into consideration. But, yeah, he's out here to win this race as much as everybody else. As we'll have 25 to go as the field doubles up one more time. I'm sure Mike Lemon is praying for Robbie Armstrong and David Wellborn and Dakota Wilkins to hold up Wade Hustad as much as they can.
Yeah, Mike Lemon's going to need that, and he's also going to need these 2 tires not to beat him, too. You know, 2 tires might be the right call, but I don't know. I just think that 2 tires are going to get you really loose here. So, but we'll see. Can these drivers hang on with 2 tires, and Mike Lemon lead them off with no tires?
Well, now it's time to wait and watch as here comes the pace car ducking on the pit road. And Mike Lemon,
and there we go.
To the restart.
Oh, it just looks like Wellborn almost didn't go compared to Wade. Wade he wanted to go, but he just couldn't go yet.
Robbie slides down to that inside lane.
And here we go. We're going to learn what these 2 tires are going to do compared to 4 and to none. Because it looks like Robbie's already getting to the outside of Mike Lemon. Mike Lemon closes the door to try to get a better run into the corner. There's Wellborn riding in 3rd.
Hustad's boxed in at the moment. Cronenwet got by him.
Just nowhere to go yet. But he's got to be patient. Take care of these tires. Don't let them become an issue.
Almost made 3 wide there.
I think he thought better of it. He knew there just wasn't enough room.
Cronenwet looks like he's going to be able to clear the 96.
Getting the push from Hustad down the backstretch.
Wellborn hanging tough on that outside, though.
He hasn't cleared him yet, and how about Mike up here? He's maintaining his own.
And yeah, those no
Hustad
tires.
to the inside.
Look at this! Oh, he's going to turn Cronenwet around in front of the field. Wellborn gets collected.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. I mean, that was terrible, Nycone. You hate to see that.
Yeah, you see it right there in the replay. There was a few inches in between the 2.
Wow, that's very unfortunate. That's something that all of us on iRacing, that's the biggest enemy we have.
Yeah, and we all just know that too well, and man, Wellborn hit him really hard. I hope that doesn't ruin his truck, but he's got a lot of front end damage now.
Yeah, it is a shame. Yeah, that right front is pushed up. The splitter is kind of knocked out of alignment there.
Well, the front end is completely flat from.
Yeah, you might be down power a little bit. Boy, what a disappointment.
Yeah, you hate to see that. Really, yeah. You hate to see that for a lot of drivers that got caught up in that one. Really unfortunate for Gary.
So now what do we do here?
I think you go. I think you take tires.
Robbie Armstrong stays out. Now he's going to be the odd man out. Now a couple guys behind him.
Eric Wolf as well stays out, as well as David Lindahl.
Well, I mean, we saw Mike hang on just those. I mean, it was only a few laps on those tires, and he saw him hang, but.
You know, Robbie's trying to get a win here. He's so close. But I don't know if I like that call.
Well, the race off pit roads won. Well, Wellborn kind of shot through, but won by Hustad and then Lemon.
But back up front again, Eric Wolf. He just can't get rid of him tonight.
Yeah, but I mean, he and Hustad, you know, they're just like bees at a picnic. You know, they just won't go away.
Yeah.
As much as you try to, you know, fling them off for you, they just keep appearing.
Yeah, when you just have that much raw speed, it's just, you just end up finding your way back up front over and over again.
This is going to be interesting, though. Again, like Mike Lemon had, he's going to have a little bit of a buffer. And David Wellborn didn't come back to pit road, so he's going to try to tough this out with the damage he has on that front end.
Yeah, I don't like that call.
I think he might have actually just taken a quick shot of fuel, but
he's got some serious front end damage there, but maybe it just looks worse than it actually is.
I don't know. I mean, in my experience,
it looks bad.
Yeah. In my experience, that would do me in every time.
I'd assume he's down at least 100 RPM.
And if that's the case, then look out field, because it could be a big time stack up. And it really is amazing, all these races that the course of what goes on, and it seems like the strategy changes every 5 or 10 laps.
Right, it looks like it could go green for a while, and then just, you don't ever know.
I mean, that's what makes auto racing so much fun and so interesting and so appealing, is how unpredictable it can be.
Right, I mean, you've seen the best drivers up front tonight, and then you've seen guys that you wouldn't expect to run with them, and then you see guys that aren't up there all the time. It's just, it's such a great sport, because, you know, most stick and ball sports, it's just, you know, normally the better team wins, but in racing, the best team doesn't win very often.
And we've seen the best drivers run into some trouble. Hustad with the lap truck, Eric Wolf in that early wreck, and also speeding up pit road, so sure is interesting, as we're going to get the green flag this time with 18 laps to go.
Yeah, as they're well within their fuel window now, they're easily going to make it to the end. So at this point, it's just drive as hard as you can.
It's hammer down time.
Right.
Colt Trickle said he'd be dropping the hammer, so here he comes. Armstrong into the restart zone, takes off.
Yeah, Brown gets a really good start there.
Lemon, yeah, he went around Wellborn, and yeah, you can tell Wellborn Osborne's definitely down on power.
Yeah, for sure, and we'll see how RC what.
I see him trying to get out of the way of some trucks behind him, and he's in a tough spot. But up front, Hustad makes quick work of David Lindahl. And Eric Wolf is on the outside of Armstrong.
No, Wade's got those fresher tires in both of them. So let's see how easy he makes it look.
Well, Eric, look, he checked up to give Robbie a break right there.
Hustad to the
That might cost
inside.
him as here comes Hustad. Yeah, that cost Eric a lot of momentum. Yeah, Armstrong.
Run down that corner, and he's going to be right on the bumper of him.
And there's not much you can do about it.
But those fresher
Trying
tires,
to
he
block.
still gets a good run off.
Trying to run him down to the edge of the grass, but I don't think that's going to do him much good.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they're real close. Wade gets ran all the way down to the apron, but holds on to the truck.
Eric Wolf not giving
Here
up.
comes
He's
Wolf.
looking to the inside.
He's alongside Hustad, up to his left rear quarter panel. He's going to dive.
And they're side by side. But Wade's going to get the better run off the corner here, so Eric's going to have to clear him. But he doesn't get it done. They're going to be side by side. Maybe he does.
Hustad tried to come over and side draft. Well, Robbie, I mean, he's doing a great job sticking with these guys.
Wade on the top with the fresher tires. He should get a really big run down the backstretch here.
Bill Edwards to the outside of Robbie Armstrong. That'll be for third.
And I believe Bill Edwards also has fresh tires, and he showed some good speed here tonight too. Kept his nose clean. You haven't seen him too much, but he's been in the top 5 just about all night. As they're 2x2 for the lead.
Yeah, that pretty much describes Bill Edwards a lot. I mean, he's showing the raw speed. Look at him.
There he goes. They're making 3 wide.
Wow, what a move. And he might clear them all.
Clear both of them there on that lap. That was a really amazing move by him.
That was impressive.
That could be the move of the race if he were to win this.
And now he needs Eric Wolf to race the living heck out of Hustad now. And Hustad clears Wolf.
And Bill does have an advantage here. His truck is completely clean compared to...
Came up on Holloway. Oh, Holloway hits the wall! Oh, gosh, he collects the code of Wilkins.
And Wilkins, he's going to hit the wall again. Oh, man, you hate to see that.
Oh, man, like we saw earlier, I mean, Holloway tried to be the nice guy and stay out of the way, but that wall snuck up on him. And it shot him down right in harm's way. Marvin Wingfield got swept up in it as well. Jeffrey Meyer and David Lindahl bounced off each other trying to miss it.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate there. You hate to see a lap car get into the wall in front of everybody like that.
As we're on board, Jeffrey Meyer heading down the backstretch. You can see it happening in front of him as he's going low to try to avoid it. He just ends up hitting the 88.
Tries to shoot the gap right there between Wilkins and Lindahl and just gets into the 88.
And they snooker Bill Edwards. They're again, do the opposite of what the leader does.
Mike Lemon stayed out too.
Yeah,
Cronin went. I mean, again, we're going to have... it really is an interesting situation how it's not just the leader that stays out. He's got a couple buffer trucks that he has. And Hustad off pit road first, followed by Wolf and Dustin Eichard. I wonder if he maybe took 2 to go back and check. Yeah, he took just right sides.
Well, as the laps are winding down here, I mean, another quick caution like that, they're going to be getting close to green-white checker territory, so, maybe mean, the tires aren't going to make too much of a difference at first.
I mean, it's not unprecedented. We saw what happened at Pocono when we had a green-white checkered. Man, how about that move Bill Edwards made off of turn 2 to grab the lead?
Yeah, it was a really impressive move. He just passed everybody there, got that huge run, and went to the inside, and then threw a slide job on him and made it work. So that was really impressive by him. Let's see if he can hold on with those little bit older tires now.
I mean, you know how hungry he is. And how much he puts everything out on the line. Of course, you know the condition, what's going on with his sister.
Right.
As David Wellborn is getting a NeoWell penalty.
Not sure if that was by choice or...
If a vehicle's down on power, they're going to be EOL'd.
Hey, probably, sure David Wright, our race control, saw what happened under that last restart and kind of...
There's absolutely no reason for that truck to be up if the leaders are down on power. That's just going to cause a wreck.
Oh, yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, so... see what the deal is here. Yeah, Gary Cronenwed stayed out. Can't remember if I mentioned him or not, but so Hustad's going to be on the outside with 4 tires. With Eric Wolf on his back bumper in 6th, Dustin Eicher with 2 tires will restart 5th.
Yeah, Bill's going to need these 2 drivers behind him to give him a bit of a buffer. Again, you know, these 2 trucks, he's going to need it's going to need probably a lap or 2 for Wade to get around him if he has a chance at pulling away.
Yeah, long story short, the plot just continues to thicken. As we're 1 to go right now, so we'll have 8 laps to go to settle here at Chicagoland Speedway.
A lot of fast drivers up front and a lot of guys on different strategies, so we'll see how that plays out for all of them.
If I'm not
mistaken, Eicher, a driver we haven't talked about too much today, is sitting up there in 5th, so congratulations to him for getting up front, and really, he came all the way back from starting 24th, so.
Kept his nose clean. He took 2 tires on this last pit stop, so, I mean, it might pay off.
Right, you know, just having a clean truck and being up front is more than a lot of drivers have been able to say all night. So here we go. This pace car is going to peel off in just a second here. Bill Edwards is going to lead him to green. And there they go. Bill gets a really good start there.
I can't remember if it's an actual rule not to dive down on the apron, but I don't think he wanted to take a chance.
Yeah, I think he got on the apron a little bit there, and he's like, oh, I don't think I can do that, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure there.
Here comes Gary Cronenwed.
As he's right on the bumper. You know, he's had some speed all night, too, so can Bill hold him off?
He was caught up in that earlier incident. He's able to get to the inside, though.
Yep, but...
see what Bill does to defend.
I don't think there's much he can do.
He's just going to hold his line.
Not able to...
charging behind him.
And here comes Wade. Taylor just said...
Cronenwed blocks him all the way under the white line.
Yeah, he's probably not too happy about that one. And he might have felt like he was wronged earlier when him and Wade got together. But here's Wade right on the bumper of Bill.
Oh, man.
Now he's to his inside. They're side by side at the line.
Eric Wolf might make it 3 wide. 6 laps to go, by the way.
Yep, here comes Wolf, and yep, they both clear Bill Edwards.
Yeah, Bill Edwards staying out right there definitely hurt him. He's able to hang on tough.
3 wide behind him with Lemon. Well, he's going backwards.
Yeah, Dustin Eicher way out on the outside. He's in the wall.
Dustin Eicher.
He's able to save it, though.
As you got a battle for the lead between the two Cup drivers, Wade Hustad and Eric Wolf.
I see a battle for the top 5. Jarrett Rogers, a vehicle we have not mentioned at all tonight. He's looking for a top 5 finish.
Oh, down the backstretch, Craig Meyer spins. Back in front of traffic and gets hit.
Jeremy Hebel.
Jeremy, it's just, now he hit really hard on that inside wall. His night is for sure over now.
Oh, 25 made contact with Dustin Eichert on the exit of turn 2, sent him around.
Just tried to clear him off of turn 2, and I don't know if Eichert got loose first, but whatever the case, they met, and we're gonna have a green-white checkered, gentlemen.
Yes, we are. We only have one attempt at a green-white checkered in Dynasty Racing League, so if there's a caution on the restart, it will end the race on the caution.
So what will happen? Who's going to go to the pits and who's going to decide, hey, I want that track position?
At this point, I think you got what you got.
Yeah, it was not enough laps that fresh tires are going to make a big difference in 3 laps. I think everybody's stuck where they are tire-wise, and they're going to just have to go all out on this restart.
Well, I think some of these guys from, I don't know, 6, it looks like...
wet.
Yep, the 2 SGK trucks, Jeffrey Meyer. Oh, man, that's not going to...
That's difficult. I wouldn't have done that.
I like the call to try to bring some cars down, but it just didn't, I don't think it worked out the way they wanted.
And to me, it's just really difficult to give up that track position with a 2-lap shootout forthcoming.
Well, I'm sure they probably thought they could get the rest of the field to come with them, but obviously that wasn't the case.
Of course, they're here to win this race, and second doesn't mean anything to them in this situation, so
right.
Can understand that mindset. But I mean, like another factor, like James said, it's only 1 attempt, so they could wad them up on the restart, and that'd be the end of it. Is the only problem.
Just our 2 points leaders tonight. Both are not having good nights tonight.
And Jeffrey Meyer back in 17th. Still 18 trucks on the lead lap, so more positions can shuffle here.
Yeah, a lot can change in that time.
Yeah, well, as James was trying to say before we had that crash, what a job by Jared Rogers. Keeping his truck clean. Started way back in 29th. Here he is in the top 5, and he's needed a run like this.
Yeah, he's needed a strong performance. He's had some bad luck this season, but up front, showing he's got some speed. He can play with the big boys tonight. As I'm sorry, Jeremy Hebel wasn't second in points anymore. He dropped all the way down to 4th after last week. But Dakota Wilkins, I don't think he was having a great night either. So
he got caught up in that deal when Holloway bounced off the wall and came down in front of him. So again, even though Jeffrey Meyer having a rough night, at this point he's still going to gain even more points.
Yeah, he's
on the Wilkins.
Out of the top 5 in points, he's sitting all the way back in 17th in that race, and he's the highest driver in points, and that is sitting in the top 5.
Yeah, nobody in the top 5 is running in the top 10 at this point in the race. Casey Drake in 6th in points is in 9th place right now. As here we go, field doubling up for the last restart of the night.
Green, white, checkered. Wade Alexi inside, Eric Wolf on the outside.
Yep, nobody has selected that outside lane all night, which I expected. But what a seesaw race for Wade Hustad. Looked dominant early, then got caught up with the lap truck of P.J. O'Leary.
Well, you could say the too. He's
That's
been up
right.
front, in the back 2 or 3 times tonight as well. So two drivers that we said they keep coming back. Well, yeah, here they are up front for the restart, for the final restart of the race, as the lights are off on the pace car and they enter turn 4.
It's going to be a battle between the 2 Cup regulars, Wade Hughes, Eric Wolf. I don't think Robbie Armstrong or Bill Edwards has anything for them. They just been the 2 fastest trucks all night.
Right, but we've seen last week that sometimes anything can happen in these races, so they're both just trying to win.
Pace car is off. Wade Hughes restarts the race, and we are under green for the final restart tonight.
Wade gets a really good start there. Eric Wolf is going to have to pull it back in. Yeah, does Eric have the speed to get to his bumper?
And again, if a caution occurs right now, that'll end it.
As Bill Edwards and Robbie Armstrong are side by side right now.
Looks like we're going to make it to the white with no problems. 1 lap to go here at Chicagoland. Can Houston make it 2 in a row?
And Eric's driving it in really deep here. He's trying to get to him, but I just don't think he can.
He needs to be about 2 or 3 truck lengths closer, I think. But he's definitely going to send it into this corner.
I believe both of them are flat right now anyway, so here we go. Wade Hustad, 92 out of turn 4 to pick up his another win here at Chicagoland, 2 in a row.
And 1 truck spinning off turn 4. It's Jeffrey Meyer coming to the line, still hasn't crossed the line yet.
Yeah, the finish is
he's going to finish him backwards.
Yep, Eric Wolf second, Armstrong, Edwards, and Rogers finished in the top 5. Followed by Springer, Cronenwet, Eichert, Cody Gatsky, and Casey Drake ends up in the top 10. This week didn't start like Wade Hustad was hoping for. Actually lost the point lead to Thomas Harmon on the Cup side after a early wreck in the Cup race, but he's going to burn it down for the 2nd night in a row.
Yeah, but you can't say that's too much of a shocker here, seeing Wade in victory lane again. Just shows how dominant he is in the truck series.
That's pulling out winner Wade Hustad. Hey, Wade Hustad, this broadcast booth, you have a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, Wade, green white checkered there at the end. A lot of action going on around you. Did you think you had it in the bag?
After we got that damage from the lap car, PJ, I thought we definitely were out of it. We had a little over 30 seconds worth of damage and no straightaway speeds, so I don't know how we ended up here. I tell you what, I think we got lucky, and some other guys had some bad luck, but we did it. We did.
Yeah, way to go back-to-back here at Chicagoland. Maybe you could have had 3 in a row if it wasn't for those unfortunate circumstances Monday, but really impressive here tonight. Way to get back up into the victory lane.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. We like this track. We feel pretty fast, and it was unfortunate we had that unlucky wreck in the Cup Series, but that does happen. You take them when you get them, and we're happy with tonight's performance.
Well, congratulations on the win, Wade.
Yeah, thanks, Spence.
Taylor, do you have anything for Wade before we let him go?
I just, excuse me, once again just shows the poise and moxie you have just after that incident with O'Leary, coming back from getting all that damage fixed, and show that why you're usually the man to beat in this series, regardless of what series runs.
Hey, I appreciate that. We do try hard when it comes to the races, and I tell you what, it's all about focusing lap after lap and just keeping that edge from start to finish.
Alrighty, Wade, well, do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give out before we let you go for the night?
Yeah, I do want to thank you guys in the booth tonight, JP, Spencer, and Taylor. You guys always do a great job. DRL is definitely the best league that I race in. What you guys do, the full package, everything is, I'm lucky to be part of it, and I do like racing with everybody here. I do want to say, hat off to Gary and his teammate. We had some rough racing night, I guess you could say. I bumped one of them when he got loose coming out of 4, and then Gary and I had net code on one of those yellows, so I want to apologize for that. But it's always fun racing with those guys from SGK.
Well, good to see you back up front again here tonight. Have a good one.
Thank you, guys. You too.
You know, I just love how when he was doing his victory burnout, like he's kind of like when James was talking to him, he was like, don't mind me, I'm used to this. Just talking normally while he's doing his burnout. Like he's used to doing burnouts and winning races. Let's pull in Eric Wolf, our runner-up finisher.
Hey, Eric Wolf, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Second place tonight, Eric Wolf. I thought you might have had a chance to pass Wade Hustad. What do you need to be able to do so and get the win?
I think that last caution that came out, if it had just stayed green, I'd have had enough to get by him. I think I was a little better than him on fresh tires, but yeah, that wasn't the way it worked out. Then there's just not enough time in 2 laps to catch him when he gets a jump like.
Yeah, definitely really tough to get there, but you had a really up and down night tonight. You got to be pretty happy with second.
Yeah, I'll take second. Yeah, like you're saying, I didn't know how that was going to end up. I hit the wall early in the race, and I got involved in a wreck, and then got caught speeding on pit road when they never told me I was speeding. So yeah, fortunate to finish second.
Yeah, definitely hard to shake you even know all of those unfortunate circumstances, but good to see you up front. You got any shout outs or anything you want to say?
Just some pretty good racing up there. Thanks to all those guys for racing clean but hard. You guys for putting on the broadcast. I know it's a big time commitment, and you guys are in there all the time. James for putting on the league and letting me race in this race, even though I'm not a truck driver. But yeah, it was fun.
All right, appreciate the kind words, and enjoy your 4th of July, and hope to see you next week at Daytona.
All right, thank you guys. See you.
And that was second place, Eric Wolf. And last but not least, let's pull in Robbie Armstrong, our third place finisher of the night.
Hey, Robbie, this is Spencer Taylor and JP in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I got you loud and clear.
Well, man, you definitely had a little bit of an up and down night tonight, starting all the way back in 14th and driving that thing all the way up to 3rd. Walk us through what happened tonight.
Well, I figured out I wasn't fast on takeoff, but I didn't fall off as much as everybody. And then there at the end, kind of with pit strategy, a couple of those guys stayed out, and I was able to get 4 fresh ones, and that kind of did them in, and able to claw my way up to 3rd place. So I was a probably 5th to 7th place car. Got snuck a 3rd out of it.
Oh, definitely staying clean and kept that nose clean all night and drove hard. Give you a chance at maybe get a chance at the win there, but definitely can't be mad at the top 5, and that'll be good for you in points.
Oh yeah, after last week, I had something come up right before we raced, and I don't miss races, and I was a little disappointed I didn't get to race. So I was happy to come back, get a strong points day, and it was good racing with these guys. So I know these guys don't normally run trucks, and picked up a few things, and they race hard, but it was pretty clean.
Yeah, there's definitely something you can learn from being behind some of those guys that are just so fast. But really good job being the first points finisher tonight.
Yep, I would definitely take that. So, and I got to thank my teammates too, kind of talking us through it and just learning as we went. And Richard got a 6th place finish, so we'll take that. And Cody, he fought his way back to 13th. So, all in all, a good night for us.
Yep, definitely can't be mad with the top 5. So, congratulations on that top 5, and we'll let you go.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank y'all for doing that and broadcasting. It was great. Y'all have a good.
You too.
You too. Real quick, I do want to pull in Bill Edwards, who sponsored tonight's race, and let's get a quick word with him.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask if we could pull him in. Bill, you got a copy? This is the broadcast.
Yes, sir. Hey, how you doing?
We're doing great. We really enjoyed watching you tonight in this truck series. cool that Fatal Concepts sponsoring this weekend, and you really made your presence felt, I guess, be a good way to put it tonight. A great 3-wide pass for the lead, but such a tough call when you were leading and that caution came out, and they kind of, I don't know what they say, snookered you on pit road, but certainly a tough position to be in the lead with kind of a sitting duck, as Spencer would say. But walk us through that thought process.
Oh, you know, in the lead was like 10 to go is about the worst place you can be because whatever you do, everybody else is just going to do the opposite. I thought my best shot was staying up there. I wasn't overly abusing my tires, so I figured, you know, I started a shot at podium. That was my kind of my thoughts on it.
Well, you know, you can't be too mad. Okay, so walked away with the top 5. You know, made your presence felt all night. You ran super well, but you had the move of the night, passing the 2 leaders on the bottom, making it 3 wide. That was really impressive.
Yep, yeah. I'm actually just watching it in the replay right now. Yeah, I don't know. I think they got a little close there, and I think both of them kind of checked up, and I just sent it.
Yeah, well, that's
But
what you
I
got to do sometimes.
Yep. No,
Hey,
it was a fun race though.
Yeah, you sponsored this race. You want to give us a little bit about your business and what you do?
Oh yeah, sure. Well, Getty actually is the one that you know, he put up the funds and all that stuff. I kind of give him you know, I've done a lot of his paints and we have good back and forth. I kind of give him a little deal every now and then, and I think this is his way of paying me back. And I do appreciate it. So, but yeah, the Fatal Concepts paints, you know, this is something I started doing. I actually started painting cars back in NASCAR 2003. I did it for a little while there, and once I got back in iRacing here, I picked it back up again, and I don't know, I've got something around 300 paints I've done, quite a bit.
Well, I
But,
mean, half the DRL drives your cars, so.
yeah, yep. But yeah, I mean, you know, if you're interested, just go check it out. It's fatalconcepts.com. Takes you right to my trading paints page, and you know, if anybody's interested, just you can message me on there, or in iRacing, or on Discord, or anywhere.
You definitely got some skills that most of us don't have, that's for sure. But before we let you go, any other shout out you want to give?
Well, I gotta give a shout out to my mom, my girlfriend who are watching. My daughter's watching. Give a shout out to all of them. I gotta give a shout out to DRL here. What you guys do here is just awesome. It's a blast. I think I run almost every race you guys put out. So, you know, you guys in the broadcast booth, it's just awesome. The S2R, my teammates. I gotta thank SGK, Getty, and all that he does. We do a lot of practicing together, and really helps. I know just running with those guys, I've improved quite a bit. So that's a lot of fun. Oh, and my daughter's here, and she'd like to say something. Go ahead.
Hi, Michelle and Grandma Pam.
Oh, go ahead.
Happy 4th of July!
That's right.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I think she was excited about me getting an interview here.
Can't blame her.
We're excited to see you up front again, Bill. So good luck, and hopefully you do well at Daytona and the Xfinity Series or Grand National Series.
That's the plan. You got to bring one of these home. But Lorella's sneaking up on me in the points, so you got to get a win here.
We're gonna push you to the win. So.
There you go. I like it.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, good evening, guys.
Alright, as we take a look at our unofficial results for tonight, Wade Hustad gets the win, leading 37 of the laps. Eric Wolf finishing in second, led 3 laps. Robbie Armstrong, the first points regular in the series tonight, finishing in third, leading 9 laps. William Edwards, Bill Edwards, who we just talked to, finishing in fourth. Jarrett Rogers, a man we never really talked to about tonight, finishing in fifth. A fantastic run for him. He definitely needed it for the points. Richard Springer finishing in sixth. Gary Cronenweth finishing seventh, leading 32 laps. He had a very fast truck tonight and unfortunately got caught up in a couple incidences. Dustin Eichert finishing eighth. Cody Gasky in ninth. Casey Drake rounds out the top 10.
And the way his night started, I wouldn't have believed that would happen. But good to see him finally get the solid run after a tough few weeks.
Austin Collins finishes 11th. David Lindahl, who was up there in the top 5 early in the race, finishes 12th. Cody Barber finishes 13th. 14th goes to Mike Lemon. 15th, Craig Meyer. 16th, David Ward Jr. 17th goes to Jeffrey Meyer, the points leader. 18th goes to Matt Vanderkoy. 19th, Jeremy Hebel. 20th, William Wingfield. 21st is Marvin Wingfield. 22nd, Dakota Wilkins. Daniel Holloway comes home 23rd. Roy Grande Jr. 24th. And Terrence Sinay rounds out the top 25. PJ O'Leary comes home 26th. Austin Kaufman 27th. Adam Ferry 28th. 29th goes to Brady Briggs. 30th, Eric Weatherholtz. And 31st goes to Getty Buckner. Big shout out to Getty Buckner for sponsoring the race. Unfortunately, he was unable to finish tonight due to connection issues.
And also a special, nice little shout out to David Wright, who stepped in to do race control the last couple of weeks.
Absolutely. Big thank you, David, for doing race control while Martin was in the middle of some personal matters. Next race for the DRL iRacing Truck Series will be at Daytona on Wednesday, July 10th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That will be a 60-lap event on that 2.5-mile superspeedway. The next race on DRL TV will be the Daytona 200. That is Monday, July 8th, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time for 80 laps under the lights. Be sure to tune in for that one. Credits, thank you to everybody who makes Dynasty Racing League possible. James Fandoff, the owner. James Fandoff with financial, graphics, and technical support. Thank you to Martin Wenzel and Jordan Gonzalez for everything that you see here on our DRL TV. Broadcast support, thank you to everybody who broadcasts and color commentates for the league. David Woburn Jr., Taylor Butch Benjamin, Martin Wenzel, Getty Buckner, James Fandoff, Ryan Branch, who did Cup Series earlier this year. Spencer Tart, you have joined us the last couple of weeks. Thank you for all you have done. Race control, thank you to everybody who does race control. David Wright, Martin Wenzel, James Fandoff, Getty Buckner, Richard Springer, Robbie Armstrong, Eric Weatherholtz, Jeremy Hebel, and Dakota Wilkins. Administration for the league, thank you to everybody who makes this league run properly. James Fandoff, Getty Buckner, Martin Wenzel, Ryan Branch, and David Woburn Jr. Taking a look at the point standings, this was prior to tonight. We have 8 drivers who are locked in based on wins. Jeffrey Meyer, Jeremy Hebel, Richard Springer, Dakota Wilkins, Daniel Holloway, Austin Collins, and Adam Ferry. My apologies, it is 7 drivers who are locked in based on points. There's 12 positions possible for the playoffs. 7 of them are locked in due to the wins, so at the moment only 5 positions are possible due to the points. PJ O'Leary is the driver with the most points out of the current standing situation.
Hey, Robbie Armstrong entering on right there on the cutoff line. Certainly a great run tonight. And as well as Cody Gatsky getting a quiet top 10, but a couple guys just below that cutoff line didn't even show up tonight, including Anna Purcell and Jordan Berry and Corey Sherman, so they're definitely going to take a hit.
Yeah, it's going to make it tough for them to get into the playoffs as, you know, starting to wind down, and next week isn't exactly a great week to rely on.
Yeah, at this point for some of those guys, it might be getting down to desperation mode where the only way they can get in is to actually win.
And I plan coming Wednesday to make sure none of them win anyway, so.
Next is going to be exciting. Next week, all week at Daytona.
Daytona is always a blast.
Alrighty guys, well, as we wrap up this broadcast, I just want to say tonight we saw a lot of great racing, a lot of great racing for the lead. I think maybe the most lead changes we've had this season other than the super speedway. Big congrats to Wade Hustad for getting the win tonight. And Spencer and Taylor, what are your thoughts on tonight's event?
Yeah, as you said, I mean, tons of lead changes. Definitely, I'd say every 20 laps, I thought somebody different was going to win this race. So, man, really good race. Unfortunately, there were some guys like David Wellborn that had a really good race. They can't really show for it, but besides that, that's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, it really is amazing to think about how many people had a real legitimate shot to win, including guys like Robbie and Bill. But once again, Wade Hustad and Eric Wolf, they show why they're two of the best drivers, not only in this league, but in all of iRacing as well.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys, thank you for joining me in the broadcast booth tonight. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and be sure to tune in on Monday for the Daytona 200 for the DRL iRacing Cup Series. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Have a great night.